Hi team. So in this video, let's discuss about HTTP client module. So what is HTTP client module? We are creating an Angular application and we know that it is a front-end framework. Okay. It is just to display the data in the front end. And actually it needs to fetch the data from the backend. Okay. Backend application. And for that, we will be using this HTTP client module. Using the HTTP client module, you can communicate from Angular application to your back-end application. The back-end application might be Java Spring Boot, or it might be an .NET application. It might be PHP, Python. Okay, so the back-end can be anything. From Angular, if you want to communicate, you can make use of this HTTP client module, right? Now, as of now, like we don't have any backend code it created. So what I'll do, I'll be just preferring a website. Let's pick a website. Okay, so newsapi.org. Right? So it is a site where we can access some APIs, right? So if you scroll down, you can find that there are multiple articles about Tesla. Okay. And now this is what we call API. And for this API, we need to add a key, and you can get the key from here after registering with this website. And now what this API key gives you, it will gives you some set of news information. Okay. It includes the status, total results, and then array of articles. Right? We'll be getting array of articles. Each article will have source, author, title, description, URL to image, published at content. And this is the second article. And this is the third article. So in this way, like they'll be sharing list of article. And this is a news about Tesla. And you can also find top business headlines in the US right now. Okay. But again, we need a key to be used to get these data into our application. So first, let's get the API key. And for that, we need to register. I just register with some dummy information, some password with some numbers. Okay, this is the critical phase captcha. Okay, let's submit it. Okay, so the registration is completed and this is our API key. It begins with 542 and ends with a D3D. Okay, now let's go back to home. Okay, so here is our mail ID. And now you can see that the API key is appended and these are our APIs. These are the APIs to access. Now what I'll do, let me fetch the top business headlines from the US. Okay, right. Let's check out. It has an array of article. Each article will have a source, author, title, description, URL, and there will be an image. And this is the URL to the image and the published date and time along with the content. Fantastic. Now, how can we get into our application? First thing, whenever we attempt to communicate from our Angular application to an external, like a backend service, we have to do that through Angular service. Okay. So, because service is a class from where you can have your shareable data and also you can use it for API communication. Right? So now first step, let's create a service class. So to do that, ng g s and my service name is news. So let it create a service. Okay. And here is my empty application. This is empty application. And we have got one service created. And now the first step is if you want to use HTTP client module, let's go to the root module and we have to add HTTP client module in it. So let's come and actually we need one more module, common module. Okay, that's added. And the HTTP client. Okay, my auto intelligence is not picking it up. No problem. Let's get that. So common module, I'll just copy it, and here it's HTTP client module from Angular common HTTP. Okay, done. So this is the first thing, we have imported the HTTP client module. And now the next step, let's go to new service.api, and here we have to inject HTTP client. Okay, and let's inject it private. Okay, the reference name is HTTP and it is of object HTTP client. Fantastic. So it's also from the dependency Angular common HTTP, the HTTP client is ready. Now what we wanted is articles. So let me just create a variable articles of type any. Okay, and let's keep it public or even private. Okay, let it be public. We have to share it. Let's keep it private articles. Now here, this dot HTTP. So using that HTTP, we are going to get the data from the external resource. Okay, so I have a brackets, and here it is very, very important. We should not use single quotes. Instead, we should use the tick operator. Okay, you will find this tick key below the escape key in your keyboard. Okay, tick key, and here we will pass the API. Okay, I just passed this API. Good. So this is the API. Okay, so it is going to get the information. So whatever the data it fetch from here, and let's store that in or let this be, we'll do it in a method. Okay, get news, that is my method. It returns data of type any, and let's have a return, and let's have this command over there, Control X. Okay, so we have injected, and whenever, from wherever, if we call this get news method from this service, it is going to fetch the news information, top headlines of US. Okay, from this news API. Okay, so that step is over. Now we got API ready, first thing, and second, we have created a service. The service will interact to the external API, and it will fetch the information. It will get the information with the help of this HTTP client. Okay. And now this next step is we need a component. In the component, we are going to render this. So service is ready. Now let's go to our component, and prior to that, whenever we create, like whenever we use a service, we have to append that as a provider news service. We have to import it in the provider. So what happens? This service object will be created automatically in the Angular. It will create the service object so we can access it comparatively faster. Now let's go to component. In the component, we want to access the service, and let's have a constructor. Okay, and here let's inject the service private, and our service is news. Okay, let's just keep it as news, and it is an instance of news service. Okay, and I just wanted the articles of type any, and let this be public. And now this dot, the service has a method get news. Okay, we are calling this get news method, and let's subscribe. So we just subscribe to the get news method. Now whatever the method, get news methods return us data, okay, of type any. And I just want those data to be assigned to this article, okay. This dot articles equals data. I don't want every data. Now in that data, like we will have a list of article, right? So here it is, list of articles. So I just wanted only the array of articles to be fetched and assigned to this variable. And also let's try logging it, console dot log, okay, this dot articles, and let's check how does it works. Okay, so this is about like from this component, we just call the get news method, and we are trying to get the articles from the API, and we are logging into it. Okay, instead of logging it here, I can directly go with here, and let's have a div element. Okay, within that div element, let's say let's have a heading. Within that heading, I would like to have, okay, okay, so here star ng for let article of the variable article. Is that article or articles? Articles, okay. No, articles, okay. And I just wanted only the title. Article dot title. Let us save it. And articles dot title. Okay, so these titles I just wanted. See here, we have got the title from that API into our application in the as a heading. Okay, right. Let's try in different way. So that's it. Okay, we got it. We are getting the data, and even console.log. Let's remove. It's just for testing purpose, no? And let me make it like H3, and we can style it later. H3, and then there should be a paragraph. In the paragraph, let me have, or let's have a paragraph, and I just wanted the content. So after every development, I would like to have a horizontal rule also at the end of the development. Okay, so we have some content. Okay, and even let's go for description, because we know here they will be sending some description, some content. Okay, so let's check with description. Okay, we got the description, and I just wanted the image also. IMG and SRC equals article dot img to URL, right? Let's check with it. So URL to a image. Okay, let me just copy it, and we will paste it. URL to image, and it might be bigger images. Yes, the images are big in size, so let's fix the size with I just wanted the width to be we'll go with the CSS. Okay, IMG, and for IMG the width is 600 pixels, height, okay, 200 pixels, and margin auto text align center. Okay, height width ready, and let me save here also. And even we can have width 200 pixels, height 200 pixels, and float left, and after every div element, clear both. Since it is inside the same. Okay, let us just have it one by one now, for now. Now, in this way, we can able to fetch the data from the external API and we can display it in our application, right? So what we did, very simple. Step number one, we went to a website. First, we got an API. Okay, so this is the API. Through this API, we can able to extract the data from the backend. Okay, and we can add that in the front end. And to add that in the front end, two steps. One step is we have to create a service. In that service, you need to make a API call, and you will get some data, and you have to return the data through a method. And for this, we need a HTTP client. And the second step is go to your component wherever you wanted. There, you just inject the service and call the method and just subscribe for it. Whatever the method returns you a data result and get the data. And from that data, whatever you want, just pick it and assign it to your variable. And you can use that variable in your HTML template. So that's it about HTTP client module. And for this, of course, we need the HTTP client module to be used in our application. Okay, right. So thank you for watching this video and we'll meet in the next video.